Greetings, people. 'Tis I, 480 volts, and happy 2025. You know what they say, new year, new Let's Play. If you guys thought I was bad at Sonic games before, ladies and gentlemen, you have absolutely no idea. But you will after this LP. Oh yes, you will. This game came out in 2003, for those of you who didn't know. And it was multi-console at the time, I believe, but the only videos I've ever seen anyone playing of this game are always on the GameCube, which is what I'm playing on. Now, of course, I did have some trouble with my GameCube because, well, it's an old console and it's an old game, so of course I had some trouble, but I got through it, because, you know, Sega has yet to re-release this game for modern-day console, and honestly, at this point, I doubt they ever will. This game certainly didn't do bad enough for them to delist it and deny it ever existed, but it's, I guess, just not something that they ever want to go back and polish, which is kind of sad because it could use some work. Now, I am going to be getting everything in this game, and for those of you who have played it, you know what that means. For those of you who haven't played it, I'll just say without spoiling anything, it means I have to play through it 4 times. So we'll deal with that. But this is post-commentary after the fact, which means I have, in fact, done this, just more manageable, and I have, in fact, beaten the game already, so I know we're going to do everything. But yes, this is Let's Play Sonic Heroes. Alright, let's get this game started. Wasn't sure if I should or should not do this game, but I thought, you know, might as well. Alright, so now there's already a file started up because, well, I started this game as, well, you'll see here. In story mode, there are 4 campaigns, and I already have beaten the game as one of them. That was Team Rose, but I'll explain why I did that later. Don't worry, it's on camera. I recorded it, so you guys are gonna see it. But I want to start by showing you the main campaign, or the first campaign, which is Team Sonic, which consists of Knuckles, Tails, and Sonic. Yeah, in this game, you play not as individual characters, but as teams.
Yo, Tails! Long time no see.
It really hasn't been that long. And I love that little backflip, and Sonic can run backwards while reading a paper.
Guess what, Sonic Heroes? I finally developed the ultimate weapon. In 3 days, I'll conquer the world. Think you can stop me?
Easy.
Sounds like an invitation to party.
What are we gonna do, Sonic?
No worries. We've got this one. Ha! Think I'd miss this? Time to crack that Eggman wide open. Yeah, let's party.
Don't ever say that again, Sonic. Yeah, Tails got a different voice actor for this game. I'll talk about him some other time. Alright, first stage, Seaside Hill. Head for the Whale Island. So, every single team has to go through the exact same stages in the exact same order. And it does get a little repetitive. But anyway, this is the first stage, Seaside Hill. And so you have 3 formations. You have a power formation, a speed formation, and a flying formation. Right now we're in power formation, where Knuckles is leading the charge. And then Sonic, of course, leads the speed charge, and then Tails does the... Sonic, did you really have to say that? Tails leads flying formation. So, speed formation is basically just run as fast as you can. Your main attack being the homing attack. Tails is heavily based on how he's been in Sonic Adventure 1. and in the old games as well. So like he can fly for a while and then eventually tire out. And he's carrying Knuckles and Sonic while he does it, so he carries the whole team. I just got a key. I'm gonna try to hold on to that key for as long as I can. And then for power formation, Knuckles, he does well, he does attacks. Like, I don't know if I would call them... He does melee attacks and range attacks, and I just failed absolutely miserably. Because I tried to go back to get that checkpoint. Oops. Let's try that again. That's embarrassing to die on the first stage. Yeah, enemies in this game actually have HP. And your characters don't do a whole lot of damage to them at first, except for your power character. Power character does decent damage all the time. But all throughout the game, you'll be getting these level up core. All throughout the stages, really, you'll be getting these level up cores that lets your characters level up. All right, let's try to get that key again, and let's actually try to hold on to it. So pressing the B button while Knuckles is on the floor, he does this sort of slide melee attack. But when you jump in the air and press and spam the B button, he actually throws Tails and Knuckles. Or sorry, Tails and Sonic as fireballs, and that checkpoint just didn't want to be gotten, so whatever. Not going back to kill myself for it again. That was a level up core for Sonic. These cannons, when you jump into them as different characters, different things happen. When you jump in as Sonic, it shoots you forward a pretty good distance. You don't gain a whole lot of hang time, but you get a lot of distance. Tails, it's the opposite. You get a lot of hang time, but not too much distance.
Let's go.
Best left to Tails.
Knuckles sounds like such a dad in this game. And then when you hop into the cannon as the power character, it shoots it out like it would shoot your speed character, only you have to aim for it. So, there you go. I hope I didn't miss anything. I feel like I always hate the first video because I feel like I'm trying to explain everything in the short amount of time I have left. But then I'm like worried that I missed anything, but we do have plenty of time for me to, you know, throughout the game for me to say all the things that need to be said. Yeah, yeah, Thunder Shoot, that's Tails' attack move. Yeah, he also launches the other two characters as fireballs. There you go. Power formation is reasonably fast, but flying formation is obviously a lot. It's definitely the slowest. But it's also the safest because it's the easiest to recover from messing yourself up. In some ways, speed formation is the most dangerous because it's so easy to launch yourself out of control. It has happened to me many times. It also doesn't help that the characters are somewhat slippery. So yeah, when you go through a checkpoint, whichever character is in the lead will level up, so that's nice. Well, we'll never know, will we? Because I missed it. So the whole theme of this game is teamwork, and so the stages are designed in such a way to where you must utilize everybody at different points. Yeah, Knuckles, he sounded like such a dad when he said best left to Tails. And then sometimes he sounds like he's trying to be a punk. And you know, I love that voice actor. It's the same voice actor he had in Sonic Adventure 2. And then Sonic is, of course, voiced by Ryan Drummond, which, if you guys don't remember, I didn't really care for Sonic's Ryan Drummond voice, except for in Sonic Adventure 1. I thought he was good in that game. But the rest of them, he just sounded obnoxious. And that's absolutely no disrespect to Ryan Drummond. I love Ryan Drummond as a, like, I think he's extremely talented. If you hear his normal voice, he doesn't sound anything like Sonic. He's actually a baritone. and he manages to continuously do that high Sonic voice. That's pretty incredible. And he's just a pretty chill. He seems like a pretty chill dude. Like, I've seen videos of him in interviews. He seems like a really chill dude. So I don't want to like talk badly about him in any way. Usually when I criticize voices in video games, I'm usually more focused on the directors, the people that tell them to say what they say or how to say it.
Got it. Shit, we're up. Shit, we're up. Shit, we're up. Shit, we're up.
So, like, I'm wondering who told Scott Dreer as Knuckles to make those sounds, because it sounds like he's cursing, and everybody that's ever played this game has said the same thing. All right, Team Blast. Yeah, I pressed the Z button and it used this move called Team Blast. It's a gauge that you must fill up. You can fill it up by killing enemies and collecting rings, or literally spamming the Thunder Shoot as your flying character. It's a screen nuke, and for other characters it has, or rather other teams, it has added bonuses. For Team Sonic, it is literally just a screen nuke. But it's nice to take care of large groups of enemies. But anyway, we beat the stage. We hit the goal ring. And we do have a ranking system, and... Bad? Oh.
Too easy.
Not too bad. I probably would have gotten an A if Knuckles was fully leveled up. But because I held onto that key throughout the entire stage, if you get hit, you would lose the key like you lose rings, and you don't get a chance to get it back unless you come across the key later on. But if you hold onto the key to the end of the stage, you'll get to go into a special stage. Now, let's see. There are 7 worlds, for lack of a better word, in this game, or let's just call them zones. Each one has 2 acts and a third, like, sub-act, which is just a boss fight. So not counting the boss fights, you have a total of 14 main stages throughout the game, and each one of those stages has a bonus round attached to it. This is the bonus round for Seaside Hill, bonus round 1, special stage 1, I should say. For the odd-numbered special stages, they serve no purpose but to give you extra lives. So, special stage 1, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, right? But the even-numbered ones will give you the chance to do something else. They'll give you the chance to actually get a Chaos Emerald, because this game has Chaos Emeralds that you must collect through special stages, kind of like the old days. Now, about these special stages, I hate these special stages, by the way. I love the music. It's so nice and happy. But you gotta collect these colored orbs, and they make your, they fill up a boost gauge that lets you get through this area a lot faster. Now, I am timed, but it's, when I collect these orbs, it's sort of finishing my time up, too. But the, holding the B button lets you do that boost, so you can get through this area quickly. I hate it because it controls like garbage. It looks really cool, but it controls like absolute garbage. And the later ones have mines. The mines slow you down and all that stuff. It's just annoying. But the way it works, there's 4 campaigns in this game, and there's a final campaign. In order to even unlock the final campaign, you must do 2 things. You must A, play through the game as all 4 teams, and you must B, get all the Chaos Emeralds at one point or another. And I got 2 1-ups from that. If you're really good, you can get 4. Getting all Chaos Emeralds, you just have to do that once. You don't have to do it as all 4 teams. You just need to do it as somebody. So what a lot of people like to do, and what I ended up doing, was I got all the Chaos Emeralds. It's the first thing I did. I didn't want to do this game unless I could get all the Chaos Emeralds. Oh, and this is Ocean Palace, by the way. I did all the Chaos Emeralds as Team Rose. That's why at the beginning of the game, you could see that I had already started a file with Team Rose. The reason being, Team Rose's stages they're just easier than everybody else. The special stages are not easy. The special stages are the same as everybody. but the stages themselves are easier, so you have... They're shorter, so you don't have to hold the key as long, and there's less... You know, less opportunities for you to get screwed over, for you to get hit and lose the key. And there's other things too. It's just easier when you go... Like, Team Rose is just ideal for that. But we'll explain that when we actually do Team Rose. Oh yeah, and the level up thing, that does not carry on throughout stages. Ow!
We better get moving. We can use the current from that fan to go up. Ready to try?
Yeah, when you're in power formation, if you jump with the A button and then just hold down the A button, your characters will do some sort of glide type move. In this case, the triangle dive. And it's useful for when you come to big fans, you can catch the current and use it to basically fly.
Leave it to me.
Okay. Ready anytime.
Yeah, I'll talk about that later. I was gonna say something, I'll talk about it later. But yeah, what else do I need to say? Okay, I'm stuck now because that fan is just... I need to switch to Knuckles. There we go. There we go. That's the triangle dive in action. Yeah, you notice when I play as Knuckles, I like to jump in the air and spam the flame dunk. Ah, here we go. Your speed characters, maybe not all of them, but definitely Sonic, can wall jump. It's called the triangle jump. It's literally just wall jumping, but it's vertical, or sorry, it's horizontal wall jumping rather than vertical wall jumping.
Getting items again.
Oh yeah, and let me just go ahead and say, these guys talk way too much. But I suppose at times it's helpful. Oh, one up, I will definitely take that.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, I was saying with Knuckles, I like to jump in the air and spam the flame dunk. I don't like to do his ground attack very much because he slides all over the place. And it can really screw you over sometimes. In later stages, there's typically not a guardrail. And you'll go launching yourself off of the edge. So that's not good. It's a shame because it's more powerful than his air attack.
Here we go. Not bad. Yes.
Oh yeah, and like Sonic Adventure 2, you have like tons of bonus points
Swimming with a blood.
if you can like do large combos of enemies, so...
At least he'll carry it and not us. Yes.
So if you rack up a bunch of bonus points, that really helps out your ranking.
Looks like that case is being protected.
You get ranked on your bonus points, how many rings you get, how quickly you beat the stage, and how high your individual character's levels are.
Level up.
Now that key right there, I'm going to leave that key alone. Because this is an even-numbered stage, that key would be for a Chaos Emerald, which I've already gotten. Which, yet again, don't worry, I will show me getting all the emeralds, but once I got them, I didn't bother going into them as any of the other characters, because there was no need. Although, I mean, I guess I could go in and try to collect 1-ups. You still get 1-ups. Team Blast. I will say when you have enemies flying in the air, they're perfect for your flying character. Your Thunder Shoot move will work. Unfortunately, Tails is the weakest. Well, just your flying character in general is just the weakest of the three. So the Flame Shoot or Thunder Shoot, whatever it's called. It's not as it's good when it's at level 3. Even level 2 it's good, but yeah, level 0 or level 1 it's so weak. But it will bring flying enemies down even if it doesn't kill them. It'll usually just stun them, but at level 3, yeah, it just one-shots them. It's great.
Let's go. Yay. Yay.
Here we go.
Alright, since I got nothing else to talk about,
Knuckles.
I always thought it was weird how the opening cutscene there, Eggman called them Sonic Heroes. Like, they have literally never once been called that. Like, later on in the game, Sonic will be like, oh, we're Sonic Heroes. And even though it's obnoxious and makes no sense, it makes more sense for him to say that at the end of the game. But here at the beginning, Eggman's like, hey, guess what, Sonic Heroes? No one's ever called them that. So my theory is that one of the big boys at Sega or Sonic Team, one or the other, had his little kid in the studio that day and told him to come up with a name for the game, and the kid chose Sonic Heroes because I mean it's kind of a cool name. And then they're like, all right, let's have, and he promised him we'll use it and we'll make sure to use it in cutscenes. And then so they told Dean Bristow, all right, now you're gonna say, guess what, Sonic Heroes? And somebody was probably, oh yeah, by the way, we're being chased by boulders, I don't care. Somebody was like, what does that even mean, Sonic Heroes, and why would Eggman call them that? And they were like, shh, 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 I promised my son. That's my theory. Because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like something a little kid came up with. It's not a bad name, but it definitely sounds like something a little kid came up with. But maybe I'm completely wrong, but that is my theory.
Not bad.
We're gonna just be B ranks throughout the entire game? Oh no, we're not. You're gonna see a few A's here and there, a few C's, a few D's, and a lot of E's. I told you I'm bad at Sonic games. Now, I did not get the key, so I'm not going to do a special stage. That was the only odd-numbered special stage I show. I just don't bother with them. I will show the Chaos Emeralds, but that's it. But after the first 2 acts, you get to do a boss fight. It's Dr. Eggman. Yeah, I agree with Sonic. Anyway, this is the HEDGEHOG. Easy boss. Though a little bit drawn out. So it's made up of multiple parts, and you can damage them at literally any point. As any character. But the most efficient way to deal with these bosses is to build up your Team Blast. There are 3 types of bosses in the game. And this is the first type where you're fighting Eggman in one of his many contraptions, right? And for these fights, it's easiest to just, or it's most efficient, rather, to have your flying characters spam Thunder Attack enough, or Thunder Shoot, and build up your Team Blast. And then, so now I built it up. Do be sure to level your characters up, though, so we can actually do damage, or better damage. I should have used the Team Blast at that point, but whatever. I'm going to wait till we kind of catch up with him. And here we go. This will do damage to every single part on Eggman's ship. Ow. Now, I will say Tails may be kind of weak, but he's one of the most efficient ways to deal damage to this boss, because he can hit that guy. Like, if you're running after that guy, it's really easy to hit him as Tails. You can do it as Sonic. You can spam the homing attack, but you gotta be careful not to launch yourself into oblivion. And for Knuckles, Knuckles works too, but I don't know. Seems like you leave yourself open as Knuckles more. So, me getting Tails up at maximum level is my priority. Actually, it's my priority in a lot of stages, is to get Tails at maximum level. Because he's so weak at first, and then you can get him so powerful. Alright, Eggman.
Leave it to me.
See, like, now, his flame attack, his thunder attack's like just one-shotting everything. And then Eggman flew at me, so Tails started hitting him, so... See, we're damaging him pretty good. Yeah, Knuckles sounds like such a dad. And he's dead. I didn't even get to use Team Blast a second time. Alright, well, that's how I'm gonna cut videos off. It's gonna be the first 2 acts, for lack of a better word, and then the boss. So thank you all so much for watching this game. My name's 480 Volts. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Pieces!